Hi friends, it's Becky, and I got a fun package in my mail this weekend. It is my order from Jill Wiseman, and she has an online bead shop. Look who packed my order for me. It's Samwise, which is absolutely the best person to pack our stuff for us because we are doing a Lord of the Rings rewatch this weekend, my sister and I. She's here visiting me during the Stormageddon. And these are some grab bags, birthday grab bags for Jill's birthday. So she put together, just look how heavy these are. This is $23.95 for all of these beads here. Each of the bags is that. So I got two. Jenny also got two, and but she hasn't gotten hers yet because she's here at my house instead of at her house where they are probably going to be being sent to. So I'm going to open these up. I got two. I also picked up a few beads from the overstock section. There were some great fire polish beads in the overstock section. So I got some of these. They're just 4mm fire polish beads, but they're really pretty and really cool, and they were a fantastic price. So, oh, and these perfect apricot color ginkgos, but we'll look at those in more detail in a minute as we go through. I also just want to point out that as of a few minutes ago, there were tons of these still available for purchase on Jill's website. So we're going to try, it's the first time that we're trying this, we're going to generate a little QR code. It'll be somewhere around here in the video. And so if you are at home and you are just watching us on your television, point your phone at that with your camera app. It'll generate a little URL you can follow, and then you can find Jill's website without having to jump down to the description. We'll also be putting that link in the description as well, so you can find that there either way. Also, before I get started on this, you might notice my little bandage on my hand. We have some very, very empathetic people who watch our channel, and they always get very concerned if they see an injury on my fingers, and I just want to reassure you that it was just a very mild cut. This is protecting it while it heals, and it doesn't even hurt anymore, so I am okay. If you see it and you're concerned, I am okay. But now let's get to the goodies, because like this makes everything better. One thing that Jill's been doing lately is including little tiny ducks in her orders, and so I've got two of them. I've got another duck in my other grab bag. So I'm going to be opening these up. We're going to ooh and ah over the beads, and then after I have pulled everything out, I'm going to be making a design on the fly with some of the beads in here. And it's not just beads. You've got crystals, you've got great check glass buttons, you've got more check glass, you've got seed beads, you've got all sorts of goodies in here. You've got some findings. So it is 100% worth the price. I mean, super long strand of these Chinese crystals, thunder polished glass crystals. Let's pull that one out first, get some sparklies over there, and look at this button. This button is like the coolest. Now it's got a metal shank, but it is a glass button with just a really gorgeous kind of a Maria volcano kind of look on it with all of these different facets. These two would honestly be perfect together in a project. And maybe this too. I don't know. But we've got some of these check glass kind of I don't know the actual name of this bead, but it's like a dagger bead, but it's got the little edges on the sides. And then this one's got that luster finish with Lila, I think is the color. We'll see. Then we've got some Swarovski crystal bicones in a strand. So it is a strand that is already strung with some different sizes, some pearls as well. So you've got crystal pearls as well as the crystal bicones in pinks and purples and reds. This is like a little what's it called? Like a little Valentine's bracelet that's pretty much already strung. You could just transfer this onto beading wire or memory wire or something like that, or stretch cord, and have a bracelet that's already ready to go. That's pretty fun. All right, and here's another strand. I love this. Look at this. This is a check glass strand, so you've got all sorts of different sizes, shapes. You've got a couple of these leaf shapes, some nugget shapes, some long tube shapes, some drukes, some ammonites, some little snail shell guys. That is super fun. I'm going to try and speed it up so we can get through more of these, because there's so much in just this one bag, and I've got a whole other bag to go through after this. This is a gorgeous red. It's like a coral red color of these twisty check glass beads. This is bright and beautiful and would be so perfect with some turquoise, beach themey sort of thing. Look how great those look together. Which, by the way, these are some seed beads. Those are some generous bags of seed beads, friends. This is a fantastic grab bag. I can't believe they fit so much in here for the very small price that I paid for it. Again, run, don't walk to Jill Wiseman's website and pick up some grab bags, friends, because, like, I am already blown away already. I think $25 for this is... I hope she's not losing money. Like, let's figure out. Oh, check out these pearls. They are a really, really pretty minty green. It's about 8 millimeters in size. We'll get to the seed beads after we get through all the other beads. Oop, we got some Samos. These are Samos Parpuca. And this is just a small amount, but these are one of my favorite little 2-hole beads. They're this oval cabochon shape with 2 holes that go through the short side of the oval. And these are a light, kind of a pinky red, strawberry kind of a color. Got some more 2-hole beads. Got some chalk Senegal brown gem duos, and this is not the full 10-gram bag. I think this is a smaller bag. I think. Might be. But we've got some of these guys in here. Gem duos are other 2-hole beads. They've got some holes next to the longer points going crosswise through them. Then we've got these crystals. This is crystal with an AB finish and a really gorgeous drop. Some strung crystal beads. Some other strands here. Just a little strand of blue drukes. These are about 4 millimeters in size. And then some 2 millimeter fire polish beads. There's 50 of them on this strand. That's a metallic autumn maple. Those two would go together too. It's like I have a whole year's worth of seasons here. And then these are some check glass drops in a frosted topaz. Look how delightful that looks. I want to eat these, but of course we don't eat the beads. We just think about it a little bit. So cool. All right. Let's take a look at this gorgeous focal. This is a mother of pearl focal. It is a donut shape. It has some heft to it. It's a little bit thinner on this end and thicker on that end. Isn't that great? I love that. Let's put my little silver duck over there. Jenny is going to have her own, and she's going to have so much fun unboxing it when she gets home, I think. All right, and then we've got an oval. It looks like this is a cabochon, so it does not have a hole through it. You could use this in a bezel. It is glass, and it looks like this is painted on. I love this sweet little flower in this oval cabochon. You could glue it to something, a setting, or some bead embroidery backing and do like a bead embroidery with that as like a centerpiece or something like that. Or you could bezel it and turn it into a necklace or a bracelet with some seed beads. All right, then we've got some of these. Are these Rizzos? I think these are, I think they're more rounded on the end than Rizzos are. They are sort of rounded, and they just have a hole on one end. They're not like Matagamas. I don't think I have done anything with this type of bead before, but they are really cool. So they're like a little drop. Grab a piece of wire to put this on so we can see how it hangs. They're like a little drop. They are a really gorgeous rainbow iris kind of a color, metallic. And they are just these teeny little guys. Super small. All right, and we're still going through the first bag. Let me clear some of these guys off because we already saw them, and I think they're getting a little bit in the way. But yeah, this is a little what's in the bag kind of a haul. So let's move these guys off and out of the way for just a minute while we make some room for the rest of what's in this bag. All right. So here we've got some 4mm fire polish beads. These are metallic black. Looks like they're a little bit, oh, I've got one of my little, I'll have to add that to them later. So these are a really gorgeous black color. And then we've got more 4mm fire polish in this peridot color. Are they 4mm? Yeah. Yep, that's what it says there. Actually, it might not be peridot. It might be a different kind of green. I think peridot is a little more warm toned. And then these are some crystal rondelles in an aqua AB, maybe 3x4. And then we've got some check glass drops in a pink silk color. Whoop. Love a fat bottom bead. Speaking of fat bottom beads, here's a couple more check glass drop beads. And these ones, now these are drilled from skinny top down to the bottom. These are drilled side to side through the top, so it's a different type of hole on these drops, but they are this gorgeous light blue with that AB coating on it. Definitely the kind of frozen tundra beads that you would want to play around with when you are snowed in. As we're not super snowed in, the roads aren't passable because they are covered in ice and we don't have the infrastructure to clear the ice here. So that's what I mean by snowed in. We could leave, but we'd have to walk everywhere. And then I've got some check glass square beads here. And let's look for some holes and see if they are check glass tile beads or single hole squares. They look like they've got a single hole right through them. And this is that same like coral red that we had with these twist beads. Isn't that fantastic? I love that. That means I've got two different bead shapes in the same color. I could use them in the same project. All right, and then we're gonna go through the seed beads at the very end after we go through the rest of them, but we've got some very long. Bugle beads, and these bugle beads have like the facets along the side, so they're not completely round, but they are, let's say, about an inch in length. Let me see. Where's my, there it is. Yeah, a little over an inch, or about 30 millimeters in size. In an opaque white color. These will be interesting to use in something. And then we've got some findings down here. Again, we'll get to the seed beads in a little bit, in a minute. I've got some jumbo lobster clasps with hearts on them. Got some kind of mid-sized lobster clasps that are just plain gold ones. We've got some spacers, just some gold spacer beads, about 3 millimeters in size. And then these are interesting. What are these? Oh, they've got a little backing on them. Can you stick them on something? I've never used these before, but they might be fun with bead embroidery because you could glue it onto something and then bead around it, or set it into something that has a metal setting, a metal bezel or something like that. Never used those before. And then I've got a multi-loop, a couple of multi-loop slide connectors. So they slide like that in bright copper. We've got 5 loops on each side. This would be fantastic for multi-strand bracelets or beaded cuffs. You could attach multiple attachment points for your cuffs. And then we've got some gunmetal ear wires, French hook style with a ball, and necklace memory wire. So this is 3.6 inch diameter. It is gold plated. How fun is that? So you got, those are my metal findings. And says Jenny did get some of these, so when she gets hers, she'll test to see, you know, any nickel content. They're grab bags, so you don't get to choose ahead of time what you purchased. And so, you know, what you get is what you get, and all of that fun stuff. So we've got some unidentified delicas. These look like they are like a matte raspberry AB. Could be completely wrong. They've got a finish on them that changes color in the light, but they are matte. And it's kind of fun to get some unknown delicas. The only thing about not knowing that color is if I needed to get more, I would probably have to bring this in somewhere and compare them or something like that if I wanted to purchase more of that. Here's more unidentified delicas, and it looks like these are all size 11 delicas. And these ones are this really pretty, like, mushroomy taupe color, but it looks like they're lined too, or they've got kind of a, what is it called, where it's like an opaly glass, but with the lining on the inside. These are really cool, actually. I like this color. it would be a fantastic neutral for a lot of different applications. Who else is unidentified? Okay, so it looks like everybody else kind of knows who they are. Although this just says size 11 seed bead on it. It doesn't have the actual like color. But it is crystal with it looks like a gunmetal color lining, dark gray. It's not purple enough to be purple. It's like salt and pepper all in the same bag right there. And that is the round seed beads, not the delicas. I'm going to keep these separated. And these are Toho's, 11O's, TB 2121. I don't know what that is. I can probably look it up though. They're about the right size to be a delicate-esque, super light, dreamy purple color with a silver lining, like a light smoky amethyst. That's what I would call it. Light lavender. That sounds about right. I'm going to put that over with that because it is a nice cylindrical guy. These are more size 11s. This is a very full baggie. Like a dark matte burgundy kind of a color. Let's get these guys out of the way. They've got another silver lining on there. We are just gonna have some fun with these. And like as I'm going through it, I'm sort of in the back of my head thinking, oh, what can I make with these? What can I make with these? So I have not decided what I'm going to be making yet, but we might do some more. These are 15Os. They are silver lined tanzanite. I'm not going to open this one up because they will go everywhere. And then we've got some more 15Os here, and these are sparkling dark aqua green lined crystal. So it's got green lining on the inside of that. Matches these Delicas 0918. I love that Jill usually labels stuff, but obviously with the grab bags you don't always get labels, which is so totally okay. And these are demi rounds. It's the same size as an 11O seed bead, but it's half the length or size. Perma-finish silver though, which is great. Demi rounds are fantastic for fitting into places where a full seed bead would just be too much space, but you don't want to not have a seed bead there. Or adding a little pop of metallic somewhere. These are size 8 seed beads in kind of a delightful yellow. It is sunshiny. My sister is here visiting me and she just heard me say they are a sunshiny yellow and she gasped because she loves sunshiny yellows. So it's entirely possible that she's going to steal these size 8O seed beads from me. That's the number right there, 0136. All right. They are clear all the way through, transparent, no lining, but they make me want to eat a lemon heads. Again, we're not eating the beads. We're just thinking about it. Let's open up the second bag. That's just the first bag, guys. All of those beads were in one bag. So, like I said, run, don't walk. If it is in your budget and you like happy surprises, to Jill's site and grab one of these bags because they are fantastic.
And that's a yes on the QR code.
And we will have that QR code. I'll pop it up here right now. Again, just so you can have that that repetition in case you missed it the first time. And if you don't not great with QR codes, check the description of this video. Either find it on your phone after you've watched the television, or if you're watching on the web or on an app, pause this and go read the description and click that link. All right. Oof, there's so much in this one too. This is my second one. All right. We've got more seed beads. Again, we're going to do the seed beads last, so I'm going to move them out of the way because, you know, I want to be able to see everybody. Now this one, my duck, where's my ducky? It's this pretty green ducky. And look at the size of this button. Look how beautiful it is too. I am so glad I got this button. Again, this button is a check glass button. It has a metal shank too, but it also has all of these like mint green and light pink and silver things in there. And this would be, let's be real, this would be absolutely perfect with some of my other like wicked designs where we've got like the pink and the green together. And with all of this decorative like fanning on there, it would fit so well with like the Art Deco sort of aesthetic of the wicked designs too. This is definitely would make an amazing focal for something like that. And you can turn buttons into focals. It's totally possible to do that. All right, so let's pull out some of these strands. We've got another Swarovski strand. That first one was pinks. This one has some golden yellows and some peachy pearls and some topazy colors, and there are even some light yellow green. So we've got the Swarovski crystal bicones, we've got Swarovski pearls, and they are all strung together. They're pretty much, you'd have like another perfect little bracelet right there, just transferred onto some beading wire, and you are ready to go. Already perfect. All right, so this is a check glass strand. I love this eclectic little strand. Look at this. We've got some little check glass heart beads. You've got some of these rondelle spacers or little heishi guys. You've got these faceted, like lanterny kind of beads. You've got some drooks again in different colors of blue, but you've got pinks and purples and some gold colors, some topazy colors, and a couple of turquoise discs for a couple of pops. All right, this is a strand of fire polish beads, a full strand, and it looks like we've got maybe a Maria coating on it with the crystal Maria. Oop, and we've got a very long strand of these tiny Chinese crystals. And this is like half crystal, half blue, well, maybe Montana blue. It's a moody blue, and I know my sister is also going to gasp and be like, maybe I can steal that from her.
There's no maybe about it.
No maybe. 3mm pearl strand and a big chonker tanzanite color faceted fire polish beads. And I think these are about 8mm size fire polish. They are beautiful, beautiful purple color. And let's see what else we've got for strands. Ooh, look how fun! This is a bead that I have never used before. But look at how it's like a spade, where you've got a really thin part here that the hole goes through, and then these drops. These would be so fantastic in a necklace. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm having ideas. Probably going to involve this. Probably going to involve the necklace memory wire, and then we're gonna scatter some other beads along the way with this. Maybe these daggers, because look at these daggers. Look how beautiful these big, flat, fat daggers are. These are 1-hole dagger beads, so they've got a single hole, and it looks like they're backlit. So you've got crystal on one side, and then this bright copper finish on the other. These are cool. I'm having ideas. I'm having ideas. Okay. Calm down, Becky. Let's get through the rest of this. So let's get some other things. Now I just found, this is amazing. Look at this. Instead of like a big focal on this one, I have a watch. It is a watch with a couple of loops on each side that you could probably string or bead a watch band on. Stainless steel back, water resistant. Clean this up a little bit. But how cool is this? I could make myself a little watch to wear on the wrist. Ooh, you know what would be fun with a watch like this would be to do a long strand on both sides, so that you could have like a wrap bracelet kind of a thing with your watch right there. That would be a lot of fun to do, I think. But we'll need to check and see if the battery needs changing on this one. Probably would, but I can check that later. How cool is that? That is unexpected. But then we've got a couple of cabochons here. 2 of them instead of the 1. These are oval cabochons with the flat back, no hole. They have these printed flowers on the front, and these would be fantastic for, again, either bead embroidery or to do a bezel around them or set them in a metal bezel setting. All right, and then we've got a couple of other cabochons. That's these guys back here. And they are adhered to the back here. Yep, they're also glass. And they've got, it looks almost like a druzy front on there with all of those sparkles. Oh my gosh, how cool would these be in an earring? That would be kind of cool, actually. I'm having ideas. I am having ideas. This is what happens when I'm playing with beads. All right, we've got some more check glass beads. These are laser etched asymmetrical coin beads. Jet, slipperit, anemone, swirl. So what makes these asymmetrical? Where's the hole? All right, so it's a coin bead. One side is rounded, one is a little more pointed. So that's what makes it asymmetrical. Let's spread these guys out a little bit more and get them up close so you can see that laser etching and what that looks like. Lots of dark blues and some light yellowy greens popping through on that. Ooh, garnet. This is a strand of garnet rice beads. And rice is just the shape, where you've got like the rounded oval tube. But look how gorgeous these are. They're not completely even, but they don't have to be. They do not have to be. I was not expecting to get a strand of garnet beads in my like less than $25 grab bag from Jill's. So this is a big surprise. I've also got some pink heart beads. These are check glass hearts. Got a hole that goes from the pointy end through to the middle rounded bit. Some more of, I think it's the same ones that I had over here. I could just combine the two of them. Yep, the same Aqua AB. Three by 4 Chinese crystals. I don't know if they're Chinese or not, but yeah, I'm going to combine these into the same bag since they are basically the same bead from two different grab bags. I'll have them all together in one place. What am I missing? Oh yes, these are a dusky orange pearl, well, more of a metallic orange. And this is not the objectionable orange for me. This is a very like autumnal orange. It's perfect for anything that I would make in the fall. So I would 100% use this for that sort of thing. I love a good autumnal orange, something that makes me think of changing leaves, and that is what this is doing for me. It's really beautiful, metallic-y color on these pearls. These are about 8mm pearls. All right, and then we've got some spacer beads. These are like hexagonal shape in this gold color, and they've got kind of an indentation in between them. Do they have a hole going the other way too? Are they multi-hole, or is that just the light playing tricks on me? I think it's the light playing tricks on me. But these would be really interesting in between certain types of beads, I think, for this type of spacer. It's a small amount, so it's probably a special, like, not really stocked anymore kind of a thing. I've got more of the heart-shaped clasps, more of the gold clasps, and some more slide clasps. These are 3 loop slide clasps. The other ones were 5. They slide like that, and they usually are a little bit magnetized too, so they'll stay closed. And then we've got some mini duos opaque coral red. And you know how I had all of those coral red colors in the other grab bag? Well, now I've got some mini duos in that same coral red color. I do love a good coral red. It's one of those colors that it grew on me, and now I just can't see me not ever loving it. All right, we've got some more of these really interesting drop beads in the metallic, rainbow metallic colorway. And so I should probably go ahead, or are these different? They are, they're different. These are more purpley, these are more bluey. So they are different colors of the same type of bead. That's cool, actually. I thought I was getting some of the same as the ones that I had before, but no, I've got different ones. I've also got some teeny tiny 2mm fire polish beads in metallic marina. Some fat bottom beads. And this yellow glass with this light turquoise splash on it. And these are side drilled drop beads. And then we've got some turquoise check glass squares, turquoise color, opaque. And these check glass squares have a single hole all the way through them. All right, let's take a look at our seed beads before we show my other purchases, which were the closeout fire polish beads. All right, so seed beads. Let's sort. More unidentified delicas. I'm never going to be mad at getting unidentified delicas. Never. These are more of that 11-0 seed bead that was salt and pepper all together in the same bead with that crystal color and a either black or like gunmetal-y lining on the inside. So I've got 2 bags of that now. I am really happy about that. It's going to be really cool. And that's the 11-0 there. And then we've got some 11-0s in a really bright cherry red. Transparent cherry red. Sometimes you need like the perfect red for something, and this is honestly a perfect red. Might not be the perfect red for something, but it's a perfect red. And then our unidentified delicas, I've got some red ones that have, it looks like an AB finish on them. And that might be a coral red with an AB finish, because the AB throws off the base color a little bit. It changes it when you've got a different finish on it. And then these ones are turquoise and taupe. Like a sandy beach kind of a color. So you've got to love that. And then we've got some 15-0s. I'm not going to take these out of here. These are some 15-0s in a matte, I guess, brown color. Not sure what that would be, like a matte bronze. Opaque turquoise, size 15s. And sky blue, AB, size 15 delica. I believe these are also, no, they're not delicas. They could be. They wanted to be. Then we've got some 6-0 seed beads, and I love these ones. It's that 0278. I don't know if it's in stock or not, but it is. Looks like it's crystal AB with a turquoise lining on it. How pretty is that?
That sounds gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, Jenny.
I'm sitting with the dog, so I can't come look.
She'll come look in a minute. But then I've got some demi 6-0s, and they are in this metallic-y dark. They look like gunmetal, basically, color for these demi rounds in this 6-0 size. And that is my second grab bag. So that was fun opening that one up. Let's take a look at my closeout options. Again, these were a really decent price for some 4mm fire polish beads. I've got some opaque turquoise, and I got 2 of these. So probably I'm going to need to set one of these aside for my sister. I've got some matte carnelian. Isn't that a great color? It looks like caramel to me. We've got lime opal travertine, transparent aqua AB, forest green Maria. So you can see the Maria finish on half of it. The red metallic, silver, and black speckled are just, these are one of my favorite types because you just have all these bright pink splashes against black with some silver mixed in. Yeah, I love them. And this one's on a strand, not just loose in the bag, which, you know, I can definitely make it loose in the bag at some point. Why are you not opening for me? Transparent medium light sapphire. And then I got 2 of these as well. They are matte transparent tanzanite with Maria finish on it. And again, I'm gonna go move that over there to give to my sister because I know she will love it. It is going to be something that she looks at and goes, ooh, moody. But it's also got that Maria gives it a little bit of fire as well. Crystal travertine. I love these crystal travertine ones because they're just like basically like tortoiseshell kind of beads. And then we've got white gray speckled luster and white half gold. And then I just loved this color of ginkgo beads, so I wanted to grab these little apricot flavor. It's chock full apricot, and they're just such a great color of ginkgos. So that is why I wanted to get that one. So let's move these guys along. Get them back in their thing. And let's figure out what I want to make with some of the things that I got in my what were my crystal ones from the other one? Oh yes, let's grab these crystals from the other one. Yep. Let's have these guys go together. And I'm just gonna move some of these aside so that we can figure out what I want to make from this, because I was going to do a design on the fly with some of the things I got from Jill Wiseman's shop. So I'm going to grab the necklace size memory wire, and we're going to be stringing some of these beads along there. Grab one of the gold clasps that came in here. Oh, I missed this. It looks like it is part of a kit where you've got some earrings, you've got some crimps, you've got some sparkle crimp covers, and then you've got a length of beading wire. It looks like soft flex wire to me. So this is probably an earring kit. And I can make up my own earrings that I make with that. That'd be fun. Oh, maybe I should use that. No, I'm going to do the memory wire. I'm going to use the memory wire on this one. Yes, I am. So since I'm going to be using the memory wire, I need to locate my memory wire cutters. Let me find those and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my memory wire cutters so that I can cut my memory wire. I grabbed these little clasps so that I can clasp my memory wire necklace round at the back so it doesn't slide off when I'm wearing it. I've got these little 3mm crystals, the thinner polished crystals. I've got the daggers, some 4mm fire polish beads, again with that Maria on it. And then these super fun beads. I don't know the name of these beads. I'm so intrigued. If you know the name of this type of bead shape, please let me know in the comments below, because they are just, I'm going to be calling them spades, because they look like, you know, you've got like an ace And then you got spades in card games and that sort of thing. And that's what it's making me look. That's what it's making me think of, are spades from a card game. So that's what I'm going to call them until I find out the actual name of this bead. But they are super cool, and I think that they will look great hanging down from this memory wire as a necklace. So let's get them all unstrung. Let's get these guys all unstrung. For our daggers, because they are going to be part of this. We're going to have our little duckies hanging out with us. There we go. Here, talk amongst yourselves. Quack, 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 quack. Okay, that's enough of that. So we're going to have these guys, some of these. So there's going to be some sparkle. There's going to be some dangles. There's going to be just a really fun little celebration of everything, which is perfect, I think, as a way to celebrate Jill and her birthday. Yay, happy birthday, Jill. We love you. So we can have these all together. If you got some of these bags, I would love to see what's in them. So I've got my memory wire cutters for this. I'm going to be using this to roll the ends of my memory wire so that I can attach these guys. I'm going to need to grab a couple of jump rings just for attaching things and having something to hook onto. So I've got those in my stash. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. And then I've got a for opening and closing jump rings chain nose plier. So I did not know what was going to come in this, so this is 100%. I just got the beads and I'm making it up as I go. I shouldn't have gotten all of those out. All right, let's open this up. All right, so necklace memory wire is wider than bracelet size. And I'm just going to sort of measure this around where I'm going to want a necklace to sit around my neck and then do a little snip. But I'm going to leave myself about 1.5 to 2 inches of overlap on each end so that I can do some finishing on it and so that it can accommodate whatever I am designing. So I'm just going to see where my overlap goes on that. One thing I found with like these types of memory wire necklaces is that they feel very lightweight because they kind of suspend your necklace away from your neck and they rest on different parts of your anatomy. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little snip here. I'm not using my flush cutters for memory wire because this is tempered steel and it will absolutely ruin a flush cutter. So this is like $9, so it's 100% worth it to get a memory wire cutter if you're going to do that. All right, now that I've got that, I'm going to figure out my pattern that we're going to go. Because I think we're going to have these guys scattered around throughout along the whole loop. For all of them. And it might be that we're going to do halfway and then halfway so that just in case I don't have enough for one, I'll have it for another. Trying to face all of my little daggers so that the mirror side is out. That way if I wanted to wear it backwards and have the non-mirror side show, it would show for all of them. All right, and I think we're going to have these guys in between, and then some of these as well. Just trying to unstring some of my oh, this goes around twice. All right, that makes sense. It's looped around the bead. I don't have to have all of these beads on there, but I do want to put some of them on. I'm going to make sure that these smaller crystals will fit on here, and they will. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just on the end. And I can grab a bead stopper for the end so that I can adjust anything from one end or the other before finishing this off. All right. So now that I've got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on there, I'm going to pick up one of these, another one of these guys, and a dangle, and then one of these, a 4mm fire polish, and then a crystal, and then hold on. Okay, sorry, we just had a little safety alert. It's gonna be fine. We are okay where we are. We are safe, don't worry. All right, so we've got one of these. So these guys are gonna go along like that all the way along. And this has already been kind of a long video. So what I might do is go ahead and string these up and then come back and show you how I finish it. So let me get these strung up, see how I like it, and I will come back to you then. Okay, so I have strung it on. As I was going, I also realized that I would probably like to have fewer dangles around the back of my neck when I'm wearing this, and keep most of these towards the front. So with that in mind, I had started with these 7 crystals on this side. So I went ahead and took off my bead stopper, added a fire polish bead, 7 more crystals, a fire polish bead, and 7 more crystals. And I can add more if I need to on that. But now that I've got this about the length that I'm going to want it, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of my spades, which means I've got 12 of my daggers along there. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the same pattern along the back. Now that I've got my dagger, I'm ending with I started with the dagger, I'm going to end with the dagger. Started with a spade, I'm going to end with a spade. So let's get 7 crystals on here so that I can match this side to the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a fire polish bead, and then 7 more crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then some crystal or fire polish bead, and then 3 more crystals. And then I'm gonna just hold this to my neck and see if I like the length of it. And if I do, then I'm going to start finishing up the ends of this memory wire guy. And I'm definitely going to be using a clasp so that it doesn't just go flying when I'm dancing or something. Because this feels like it will be a party necklace. It is very celebratory. You know, wear this when you are having a fun time with your friends. All right, I'm just gonna see where, keeping in mind that there's gonna be about an inch of space on here with the clasp, because it's going to take up that much space. I'm just going to do a little bit longer, actually. I'm going to do one more repeat because it's not quite as long as I want it to be. Also, the bead stopper pulled out some of my hair, so that was not fun. So let's pick these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These fell off of this other end. So I'm just going to hold both ends, and I'm going to do another little repeat of the fire polish bead and then 7 more of the crystals on each side. Because this is how many dangles I want. I'm just trying to get my length around the back to match my expectations without flinging beads everywhere. I think we need to get this guy back on here, but I need to remove the hair first because it's bothering me. There we go. Whew. Hair removal. The never-ending process. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're gonna add more there. Gonna add more there. Let's get the crystals on this end since it doesn't have the bead stopper on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's just adding a little bit more room along the back side of this necklace. And then let's do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, perfect. I love it. Oop. All right. So where this is cut here on the end, I am going to do a little loop. You can get memory wire loopers and they work great. I have not purchased one yet, but these have a great strong hinge on them, so I'm going to be using this just to make a little loop with the end of my memory wire. And I'm going to curve it up away from me just a little bit. And then I'm going to snip this flat part off with my memory wire cutters. Put my finger over that so that when I go around again, it's going to be more rounded. And I'm just going to do like 2 loops, maybe 3 loops around. So that the end of this is completely looped around. And that end is not going to be poking into anybody's skin when it's being worn. All right. Here we go. My friends, the other end, my bead stopper on the other end came off. All right, I need to get this restrung. I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I have restrung all the beads for my collar, and I am going to leave myself about an inch to an inch and a quarter of space here on the end. I'm going to pinch this real hard so I don't drop it. Snip off the rest of my memory wire so that I can curl this guy up. Just like I did the first one on the other end. And I'm just going to keep going around until it is completely curled up. And then these loops that I'm forming are going to be what I attach my clasp and my jump rings to. That gave me 2 full loops. So I did 3 loops on the other side, 2 loops on this side. And that clasp will join there. So it's going to be like a little memory wire collar when it is all said and done. I love my spades and daggers necklace. All right, I'm going to put my lobster clasp. I always check my lobster clasps before I use them on this side. I grab a second set of pliers for the jump rings. Jump ring on this side, and like all the findings came in the grab bag too, like everything except for these jump rings. The clasps, the memory wire, all of that stuff came in there. I still have all of these other beads over here left over. So it's pretty great. Pretty great. Highly recommend. I've never been disappointed by a Jill's grab bag. Ever. All right. Now, Jenny will be opening hers when she gets home. She's not here. Or she doesn't, because she's here at my house this weekend, but she'll be getting home, getting her Jill's package, and she'll open hers up with y'all so that you can see what she got. There we go. I got that. Grab those Jill's gift bags. So happy birthday, Jill. And definitely go check it out, guys. Grab yourself 1 or 2 of these, or 3 or 4, however many you want. But it is pretty fun. You do get a generous amount of seed beads along with your check glass. Some gorgeous, gorgeous buttons. Some really fun things. I love everything about that. And now I have a sparkly necklace that I can wear with that. Until next time, my friends, happy beading.